What's up? We back with another episode of 411 Uncut. Today, I got a special guest with me, somebody who was at the start of this 411 Uncut stuff, man,
Yeah.
okay? Been rocking with him for a long time. This is like a family member to me, for real, at this point. Mundo Shoy in the building. What's up,
you
man?
already know what's up, my sister, man.
How you
we
doing?
man? You already know, man. Taking it easy, man. Just taking it easy.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm so glad to have you on the couch today.
Man,
It's
I'm
been a
glad to
long
be
time
here.
coming.
Glad to be here. I miss my baby, man. I'm here. What's up?
You ain't been on here in 10 years.
I know. That's why I'm like, it's time. We gotta reunite and get this shit back in motion.
Man, it's been 10 years since you've been on 411 Uncut, so I'm so glad that you stopped by. You got a lot going on, new project and everything else. So I'm like, oh yeah, you got to come sit on the couch. But
Yeah.
before we get into all that good stuff, we gotta take her back, man. We gotta set the tone. Let the people know we know you from the 513 up and down, but let them know what part of the city you from.
Yeah, I'm from Bond Hill, man. You know, Bond Hill, Ohio, man. You know, raised, but born downtown. Family from downtown, but that's where I came up in Bond Hill. So yeah.
For sure.
Bond Hill for sure.
That's where you got outside at.
Yeah, that's where I'm from for sure.
I heard that. Now for you, what was it like growing up in Bond Hill?
It's like, typical shit. All the time, just same shit, man. Come out trying to make a way, man. Kick it and, love who you know and kick it with them and figure out the way. That's all, same shit any other people go through in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
At the basketball court, going to the rec, in and out, studio, back to the hood, coming out, showing the whole hood, everything that we made, shit like that. So,
For sure.
Typical hood shit, little kids running around.
Yeah. Now, for people that don't know, Bond Hill is one of those neighborhoods in the city that was always on First 48, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Would you say growing up out there exposed you to a lot early?
Of course, yeah. Hood, you gonna always see the side that you don't really want to see in the world. So, you got a lot of cigarettes and liquor getting sold on the corner, so you gonna always have situations in those spots. So yeah, a lot of seeing things that for sure let you know it's the real world right there.
For sure. Now, who was Mondo as a kid? What was you into? Did you have any hobbies? Did you play any sports? Like,
Oh yeah, so when I was young, I played football for the Forest Park Rams and Avondale Warriors, but I came from Avondale Warriors first, so started like that, playing football, and then as I got older, I started kind of when I was in high school, I started kind of like getting into the scene of music and just being able to have more sources. I started meeting more people where I was able to do the stuff that I was always loving to do. So
yeah,
that's kind of how it went from that to high school, meeting different people and networking from different spots. So I ended up running into a lot of people that had the sources I needed to get going.
For sure.
So
Now, what high school did you end up going to?
I went to Hughes. I went to Tav Elementary and then went to Hughes.
Okay.
So I was at Hughes and then I went to Woodward. So I was at Hughes for like a year or two and then I got expelled.
Oh, what was you doing as a kid to get expelled now?
Man, I got caught with some little weed, man. I got caught, man. Mr. Alexander, man, he know, man. That's my dog. Mr. Alexander, he caught me in the bathroom. I just was trying to, I was a little ahead of the game. I had a little weed, little shit and shit, so I brought it to school trying to be slick, thinking I'm going to be able to smoke out the school and shit. And they did a random search in the bathroom while we was, it shouldn't even have been in there for real. Should have been at class and all that. So ended up getting caught in the mix. Then I went to A to E. So then that's where it transitioned to. From there, then I had to go to Woodward.
For sure. Okay. So you left there. Now, I'm pretty sure your mama was pissed when she found out that
I ain't gonna lie, my mama did not play. So yeah, it was definitely like punishments and because sometimes she'd whoop me depending on what it was. If she felt like she had to overly whoop me, she just called my daddy. So it's like I wouldn't even have to, it was more like the punishment was self-explanatory. You coming in, ain't no phones, ain't no games, unless you doing something that's showing you progressing in school still, so yeah, she was on fire when she found that out though.
Man. Now, is you the only child or you got siblings?
Oh, I got siblings, my big brother and my little sister.
Okay.
So I got a big brother and my mom, from my mama's side, my big brother and my little sister. And then on my dad's side, I got a little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the household, was it just you and your mom and
It
your
was
siblings?
just me, my mom, my brother, and my little sister.
And you the middle child?
Yeah, the middle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you gotta be a big brother to your little sister,
Yeah.
and then
little
you the
brother.
baby
And
to
I'm
the
the baby, the big brother.
to
for
the
sure.
big brother. So, now,
Nah, for
how far in between are you and your big brother?
To be honest, on some real shit, bro, I really be forgetting a lot of people's ages and shit. Like, I don't even be keeping up with that shit. Like, it's hard. Like, I'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact, I had to start getting to the years. My little sister, I know she was born, I think, in 2000. I mean, no, 2009, my bad. 2009 or 10, one of them. So she like 15.
Okay.
And then my brother, I think he like, I don't even know, man. He like 30, I don't know, 27. He like 32.
Okay,
yeah, I think he's 32. He like 5 years apart, some shit like that.
Gotcha. So you was like, you his little brother.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Now, since you get expelled from Hughes, now you at Woodward, and what was going on with that Woodward? Did you continue to try to play sports and stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually did though. I remember that first year. I tried at Hughes. I tried at Hughes to play, but once I got to Woodward, because me coming from the Rams, you gotta think that was an organization of winning. So like I'm coming from a winning team, a hard-working, disciplined team. The coaches discipline you. So it's like once I kind of got that feeling at Hughes when we played, and it was just like it was just dysfunction. It was like it was all stars, but everybody just had the mind of their own. Everybody doing whatever they want. So it's like I kind of just left it there a little bit.
Okay.
So when I went to Woodward, I kind of didn't even have
the drive for that.
Yeah, I kind of left that drive alone. I'm like, it's just over. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Now, when did music play a part? Because, I mean, you was young when you really got your buzz. YouTube videos going crazy views.
Yeah.
Even when I met you, I mean, literally, if we go back to our very first episode that we did with you on 401 Uncut, our first interview, you were literally in your school uniform from Woodward,
for sure.
sitting there doing your first interview. So when did music kind of really start playing a part? What grade was you in when you really start rapping?
When I actually started like going to real studios, I'll probably say, when I went to Woodward, that's kind of when I think that's around the time when I actually started. Like, I think I was in like 10th grade. 10th grade is when I really start like going to the studio, paying for my own hour, and wanting somebody else to record me. Because I used to record myself too. I started out doing that in the house. Like I never got it. Actually, it's a couple artists out here that know like that.
Yeah.
It's a few people that know me. They know. Like I used to really be recording in the house. I had the whole setup. I had a little microphone and shit, from Walmart. I had, but I had the whole little kit. So I came from that. So once I came from that, into like seeing more music and just more people make music and hearing more quality music next to me. It was people right next to me going to studios that I wasn't really familiar with. That sounded way different than my stuff. Even though I was doing it, it still, was cool to my liking. But when I'm hearing it, I'm like, damn, this is the sound I need. Like, there's somebody next to me. It ain't like it's Chris Brown or, somebody that's. So I'm like, that's kind of where 10th grade, I kind of like, that's when I start figuring it out. Like,
Now, how did you start getting your buzz up? Because it's crazy, like, because you like you said, you're like, let me go to the real studio and start dropping. What happened to where it was like this switch, where it was like you rapping now at home, doing certain things, you go to the studio, you start dropping. Now you a sensation.
Yeah.
Throughout all high schools, everybody know Mundo. All the kids is like, play this and interview him. And what happened?
So like that was more like a once that popped off, I started paying attention to like the quality of things that mattered. So it's like I started seeing, being authentic, being who you truly are first and foremost. That's before anything, being who I really am, true to be, and not somebody else I'm not. You know what I mean? So starting with that, and then just going into like, okay, now I want a certain kind of look, I want a certain kind of sound. So it's like, this all comes in the form of quality, as a product. So it's like, I start recognizing that early though. Like, nah, if I'm gonna get a video shot, it's gonna be the high quality video. It's not gonna be just cause he got a camera, I want him to shoot my video. Like, nah, I want it to look like the video I would watch. Whether even though I'm not even necessarily in that bracket, but I still want it to be like, when I watch it, it's content for me to look at and like what I'm watching. You know what I mean? So it started with that. Linking with good cameraman, Fat Kid and Stoner Vision at them early times with the people that had nice looks at that time, that was really, and they still do. I ain't talking, I'm just saying they still do. But
they was just running the game.
Yeah, at that time it was a certain look you had to have. Like, so I think it came from investing into that, and then investing into myself a little more. If the best that I could do, that put me more in people's eyes of understanding that I have a passion for it and not just playing around with it.
No, for sure. So, you definitely was one of the youngest kids at the time, and you getting invited out to perform at the 18 and up clubs, and I don't even think you was 18
I
yet.
wasn't, though.
So what was that like walking into the clubs that you at the time? You probably heard them, people promoting them on the radio and hearing maybe your brother go, right, your big brother, and now you 17 and you pulling up to the clubs to open up for the big artists. What was that like for you at that time? Did you feel like you was on top of the world?
No, hell no. I just know I already come from being around groups of people that's older than me, so it's like it didn't really bother. It ain't really nothing I ain't already used to. So it's like I'm already around the hood, and a lot of people in the hood that's way older than me doing all the same shit going on in this spot.
For sure.
So technically, it really wasn't no different. It was just like coming in here. Now, the only difference was actually being the one performing in front of these people that I put together. Now that's the thing that I had to grow into understanding, like and being confident about. But other than that, it was like it wasn't really no thing to doing it though. You know?
Sure. So, but did you realize that you actually, I mean, my little cousins would call me like, I'll be like, what rapper? We like Mundo, can you call him?
Man, everybody used to say that.
They used to freak out. Did you know though at those times that you were as big of a deal? Like, were you really registering it that you really were?
Yeah, that's why I was taking it serious like that. Cause that's like I seen how like my music actually affected certain people, or like how people reflected. Like I get people walking up to me, just it'd be kids or somebody, just be like, man, bro, like that really get me through it. You know, at first you hear it, you take it as like, all right, man, whatever, you know, looking out. But it's like over time you start really appreciating the fact that it's a person you don't even know that's coming up telling you that they listening to you and they like, you know, that you keep them going. Or it's people that told me that, like, I'll keep them going. Or it's, so I'd be like, damn, it make me like look at myself and treat myself a little different and the music. So,
for sure. Man, I remember one of the good times that I remember for sure was when we had a big event with the radio station that I worked at a club, and we did a big old concert with artists from every neighborhood. Every artist that had motion was invited to perform on the stage. And I remember you coming in the crowd singing your songs word from word, like, and then they was so happy. I remember announcing you, the crowd went crazy. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, Mundo, what? Like, you on stage with your guys and you clowning. Like, that was one of them. And I'm on stage with y'all turning up. Like, that's one of that. I believe it was at the Avenue, if I ain't mistaken.
Man, we done had so many little events. I can't remember too many, but I know we done had some nice times, though, for sure.
Some nice times.
For sure.
Man, and you, not only were you just a sensation, but you was even putting the market on the artists and that's from Atlanta. Like, I remember you being one of the first artists to book Gunna, and you like, it's my birthday, and every time it's your birthday in September, it's always a big deal, and you was like, it's a big deal. Like, it's Mundo every year. It's Mundo's birthday. It's a big deal. Like,
every time.
It's a big deal. So you like, man, Nella, we need you to host this event. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't even know who Gunna was at the time, but you got Gunna on the flyer. You like, he gonna be performing. It's lit. Like, what was it about? You had your ear out for the music. How did you know? Like, look at where Gunna at now, that he was really like a superstar. Cause
seriously, like on some real shit, when I got hit to him, I down there like, and we all know this, but I really did feel like he kind of sounded like Cook though. So it was like at that time though, and that
so a lot of people were saying that.
So at that time when I'm hearing it, it's like, damn, I'm only liking it based on the fact of who I know it sound like. But I still like it though. It's like you a different person, but it's like, damn, it's like you can't tell me it just don't sound resemble to this person's voice like that. Even though he probably not. I don't know if he is or not, but you know, it is what it is. But I know for a fact, like when I first heard him, I liked the music just on that alone.
And Cook was out first. Let's be clear.
Exactly.
Let's be clear.
You know, that's my top in the city. Like when it comes to making music as an artist, he is the top to me. And I always respect and give his flowers. I always tell him that even while he's alive. You know, that's my
boy right there.
For sure. That's my guy. You already know. Regardless where, whatever. That's my dog. Genuine guy for sure.
Yeah.
Showed me a lot of shit too. So yeah.
But it was like you knew.
That's why I fucked with Gunna though, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. So you only fucked with Gunna because you like, man, this remind me of my boy at home.
Yeah, and so really you would make it think like, why you didn't get him? And he did. I had him though. Like, yeah, they came. I had him. I had Scout. I had all them come. You know what I mean? But I just wanted him too because it was like, I just kind of like liked it. Like, damn, I'm just like, you know, I'm really listening to some of these songs. I'm like, bro. Like, damn, I feel like he finna do something. I don't know why, and I feel like I just want him at the party. Like, I don't know, bro. That shit was crazy. Me and my people, Sal, and them came up with that. Like, yeah, that was a good, like, yeah, we was just with that.
How do it feel to see Gunna where he at now?
I ain't gonna lie, that's inspiring. It's really like, it just make you know how hard you gotta work and just put in and don't stop. Cause since that day, I guarantee you, one thing I can say, true fact, that nigga ain't stopped working ever since that day. Like that day that I met him, or see him at the party, and he left. It's just been history from there. Like foot on their neck. So
no, for sure.
Yeah, I'm on the same type shit right now.